I will call to order the City of Douglasville City Council public hearing for tonight, which is May the 13th. And the first committee is Finance Committee, and that's chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
We will have one item tonight in finance, a presentation of the proposed City of Douglasville's budgets for fiscal year 2021 and 22. Ms. Callen's going to handle that for us. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, Mayor and Council. 2 minutes. All right. All right. So the overview of the budget process, the strategic planning session in January for Mayor and Council develops goals and objectives for city staff, and we develop our budget around that. The highlights for this year's budget, it is a 4.2% decrease. The budget is based on improving recovery after coming out of the pandemic. We're using $1.5 million in fund balance. This budget does not include any of the American Rescue Plan Act funds. We're waiting until we receive guidance from Treasury to add those in the budget. As most local governments or municipalities, public safety gets the largest piece of the pie, 41%, general government, 33%. General government's legislative, city clerk, city manager, finance, legal, those departments. Personal services this year, our target is to keep it under 60%. We're right at 59%, and capital outlay is 4% of our total general fund budget. A quick summary on capital. We do have 16 new vehicles for police department, Tahoes plus equipment. That's a little over $1 million. We do have repairs and maintenance based on our facility study, club drive, building restrooms, and new vans, an inmate detail van and a fleet maintenance van. The additional personal services, we have assistant finance director programmed in, paralegal for 6 months. Expansion of our intern program ran by HR, right-of-way inspector, 2% merit increases, $200,000 for pay study implementation, health insurance increases, and pension cost. And we've also discontinued the SRO program. That's going now to the Board of Education is now running that program. Other highlights, we have a new GIS mapping software, a Virtus simulator, which is a state-of-the-art decision-making firearm simulator, cybersecurity upgrades, and that was before what recently happened, so Sam is on the cutting edge. And also, post-COVID, we're going back to training and travel. That is still slightly below our pre-COVID numbers. We're resuming the Citizens Police Academy, the police academy down at the police department. We have our special events, the Ultimate Block Party, Christmas Parade, Behind the Veil Bridal Shower, and community block concerts are programmed back in, and the Trustee Guard will be resuming that as well. Total revenues, $34,933,398, and as usual, the largest piece are property taxes and sales tax. Other taxes breakdown, property tax gets 41% of our total taxes, lost 31%, franchise taxes at 10%. Local option sales tax and property tax are our two highest pieces of our revenue sources, and we're increasing sales tax by 4% based on current year trends, and we do not have a tax revenue increase programmed in the fiscal year 22 budget. This is a breakdown of our revenue sources, license and permits, charges for service, et cetera. Our other financing sources is down 52% because we are programming in less fund balance than we did the prior year. Intergovernmental revenue is down 99% because we do not have the ARPA funds programmed in, and the current year we had CARES funding. Capital outlays down 12%. Most of our capital comes from our SPLOST fund. Enterprise fund budget, which is our sanitation department, we do have a rate increase programmed in, a new garbage truck, and I know everybody's excited that recycling services are included in this new budget. Our special revenue funds, we have programmed in for the 3 LMIGs resurfacing projects. Conference center budget, we have programmed in a budget that is back to pre-COVID numbers. The decrease is because the current year, which is the year prior to what we're talking about, we don't have, last year we had the capital AV equipment, so that's why we're seeing a decrease. Overall, that AV equipment was around $500,000. There's no change in the confiscated asset funds. Those are decided by the chief. And then our other funds are our TAD fund, which is decreased by 50%. We don't think we're going to see that high of an increase in our property values this year, since last year was such a big jump. Hotel motel taxes are recovering. Rental car taxes are doing very well. Public Purpose Corporation just stays the same each year. Development Authority, Public Safety Debt Service Fund, and our OPEB fund will always, we're trying to have a 5% increase every year for our other post-employment benefits. General debt, just 1%, and that's just a slight increase in principal and interest for West Pines. Our final adoption meeting will be at the voting session at 5:30, June 3rd.
Thank you, Ms. Callen. Questions, comments, anyone?
I will say, Mr. Chair, if Ms. Callen flipped through that very quickly, I think she thought I said she had 2 minutes.
I did.
I was
thought
telling
she said
her
2 minutes.
2 minutes to allow the clerk to adjust for the new meeting. So if you have additional
I'm gonna try
questions, we have time to ask.
Well, I hope the clerk adjusted, that's all I can say. Wow.
You know how she does us.
Well, first of all, let's ask the clerk, do we need to start over?
No, sir, everything was right on time.
Thank you.
She was awesome. Go Karen.
I heard the 2 minutes myself, so I was with her. And I think she was keeping a stopwatch on herself. Madam Chair, you had a comment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. You did that without breathing, I think. But that was great, Karen. I just wanted, the comment that I wanted to make is that I'm not certain if this was Shane or not, but the clip art and the slides were really interesting. And I don't want to, you did a great job, Heather. I mean, I'm not saying it's boring to look at finance because they're typically pie charts and graphs, but you really made them very interesting, and I appreciate that. So I can tell the difference that you put a lot of work into your presentation. So we appreciate it. Thank you so much. You did a great job, Heather.
Any other council have any comment or question concerning the item? I want to give opportunity for citizens to make any comments if there are anyone here that had any comments. Did we have anyone on virtual that was commenting on this? Anyone else? Public comment? Okay. Ms. Callen, thank you very much. We will, now our schedule again is June 3rd. We'll have a special call meeting for voting
Yes,
on
sir.
this. Is that correct?
We'll vote that night.
Okay. Anyone else? If not, Madam Mayor, I believe that's all that we have under that item for our special City Council public hearing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Yes, sir. Do we have any other business to come before us this evening in this public hearing? Thank you. I want to acknowledge our former Mayor Pro Tem, Councilmember Richard Siegel in the back. It's good to see you, sir. And do we have any other business? If not, then this meeting is adjourned until our 6 o'clock meeting. It's 5:41, so we have about 19 minutes. This meeting is adjourned.